Hey, how's it going everyone? WTFSexyHeadphones here. Happy Mondays to all of you guys. Sorry there hasn't been any new videos the last weekend. I don't have an excuse. I've just been really lazy and I haven't felt like doing anything all weekend. I have no excuse for my laziness either because it's not like I've been doing much lately anyway, but I just felt really lazy so I did nothing. Even this morning I'm like, I gotta make a video. What shirt can I put on that I don't need to put a bra on because that would just be way too much effort and I don't want to do that. And now you guys know, I know it's very need to know information. And now you know. Anyway, let's get down to business, shall we? Now, I brought this up on Facebook, and again, I know not all of you are on there, so I'm going to bring this up on here. So I've been thinking of trying to make one of those intro videos, you know, like, welcome to my channel, and then, you know, you just throw a clusterfuck of shit you think might entertain someone and be like, oh, that's funny. You got cool stuff. Let me hit that subscribe button and be your best friend. So I've been thinking about finally making those, and I was told to make one a long time ago, but I kind of just enjoyed the idea of, like, whenever I started a new Let's Play or made a particularly awesome video that I really liked, I would just put that as my main video on my page that plays. Like, currently right now I think it's part 1 for Lost Alpha because that's pretty popular right now, so that's what... Excuse me. I guess that's what I have up there. And, so I've been thinking, I'm like, oh, maybe I should finally make one of those more clean, neat videos of, hey persons, I'm Taryn and these are my sexy headphones, what's up, here's my shit. And so anyway, what I wanted you guys to do, if you don't mind, or if there's anything you could think of off the top of your head, is I want to have a collage of all the silly kind of moments or interesting ones or badass, whatever it is you guys like, whatever moments you've seen in my videos that you're like, oh, this was particularly funny or really neat. I need to stop hitting my desk and shaking everything. But if you guys don't mind, if you could think of anything, link a video down below. Either link it to where it starts at the exact time where that moment is, or just write the time and be like, this video at this time, whatever the fuck happens and it's amusing. Because I want to make a collage of some of the more amusing, interesting, cool, whatever you guys want to call it. It's probably more going to be just funny shit, quite frankly, and all the stuff I'm messing up, but yeah, because I can think of a few things. Like, the only one that I thought of off the top of my head so far was when I was playing Metro 2033 and I was backsassing the librarians, and then they turned around and attacked me after backsassing them, and I didn't even move. I faced off with them for like a minute, just waiting, like, okay, yeah, like let's get this, like, for those who know how the librarians work, I faced off with them, I waited, they started turning around, and I said, yeah, you better run, and then I didn't even move, and they turned around and they came at me. So something like that I thought was funny, because how that happened, I still don't know. I swear they heard me. It is crazy. But, so if there's anything that you guys can think of, any moments that you remember from Let's Plays or other random videos, or, I don't know, maybe even vlog stuff, like if there's anything I did particularly amusing in a vlog, just link the video down below and be like, at this time, stuff happens and it was awesome. And then I want to comprise them all together and potentially make an intro video. Now granted, it might be a while before this actually comes out because I am a lazy person, especially when it comes to editing. I get so lazy and I just can't fight my nature sometimes. But it's something that I want to start gathering bits and pieces for because I still am trying to figure out how exactly I want to do it. When it comes to creating pretty much anything that isn't basic, I'm awful at it. I'm trying to build a mansion in Minecraft and I had to look up like what other people built, or it would have just been straight 4 walls and like nothing else because I'm terrible at creating things. I am awful at creating things. Like, I can't see it unless I actually see it. And it's terrible. I cannot see it unless I'm actually like looking at it. So I've been using someone else's house as a template to try and build my Minecraft mansion that I'm working on because I just suck. And then I already had to like take down half the walls and rebuild them because I'm like, oh, I didn't have it quite directly how I wanted it because, you know, you wouldn't want me as an architect, let's just say that. But yeah, so it might take me a bit because I'm pretty slow when it comes to ideas and figuring out what I think would be best. But if you guys can do that, that would be cool because that's at least the part that I got figured out. I want, like, you know, a bunch of random, silly, short shenanigans in there that people be like, oh, that's delightful. You are a daft bastard. I like your face. So that's essentially what's going on. That is what I want to try and do eventually, whenever I can figure out everything else that potentially will be in there, because I imagine it's got to be somewhat short, like it's got to be slight, like you don't want that like 10-minute thing or however long this is going to end up being. I imagine you probably want it only to be like 2 minutes, maybe 3 at the most, because you gotta like retain their attention, you know? All the new little fishies. You gotta lure them in with shiny lights and then capture them in your net. Anywho, okay, I think that's all I gotta say for today. We're gonna get back to normal. So I decided last week, I was like, hey, how should we incorporate more stalkers into your lives? And I think how we're going to do it is, I think I'm going to just do it every other day. So like Metro Stalker, Thief Stalker, Metro Stalker. I'm brain dead. I had bad sleep. I dreamed that everyone was being massacred and murdered, and it was just... And then I had to force myself awake before I got stabbed because this fucker gave away my hiding place and I nearly got stabbed. So I'm a little bit loopy because I had to keep waking myself up. Yeah, so that's how it's going to go. So Stalker's going to be every other day for you guys because I know you guys love it. And I love you guys. And we're going to share the love together. So let's move on to story time. I can't remember if I told this. I feel like I might have, but I actually written down a list of all the stories I told, so if I didn't remember, I could go look at them, but then I deleted it. But this was recently brought up. My sister was telling John this story a couple days ago, and I remembered it, and I thought it was funny. So I am one classy broad, let me tell you guys. We were at this relatively nicest restaurant called Vogue, and, like, they apparently... The wait, they say on their menu, like, the wait time varies because I think they, like, make everything from scratch. Like, they have, like, an idea of what their menu is, but they kind of make everything from scratch or whatever. I don't remember. So, I'm not a germaphobe by any means, and when I was, like, fiddling around with my silverware, I dropped my fork on the floor. And then, instead of thinking to get a new one, I'm like, oh, it's like the 5-second rule, but I'm like... But it might have got some dirt on. So I literally take my fork and I started dipping it into my water. Now granted, so you know, I wasn't drinking my water, so that's why I didn't care. I didn't like go off and like drink that later. But I dipped it in my water, then dried it off. And apparently at the same time, like a waiter saw it and was trying to come over and bring me another fork, but he kind of halfway stopped, not sure what the fuck was going on. Because I decided to take the liberty of dipping my dropped fork in a water glass. And wipe it off like, okay, it's good. I think in the end he took my fork away and gave me another one. And my family stared at me like they didn't want to know me. They just, the looks on their faces, they're like, we don't really know who that person is. They kind of just sat down with us. We didn't teach them that. I am a classy person. This is why John tells me that he can't take me nice places. It's things like this. Alright, you guys, that's all I gotta say for today. Ooh, the rhymes. I think I have recordings to do. I gotta go see where my video shit is at. But I'll catch you guys tomorrow in probably some Metro, I believe. So, see you guys then. Bye. Feel my power!